Well, hi Phil, here we are again at Lytham Hall, and there's a huge difference this time. This video is the most fabulous celebration we could ever have. This is where the public are back, Lytham Hall is open, and we've got something very special for you today. Some people call them bluebells. I think they're probably one of the best, if not the best, wildflower we've got in this country. And we're going to have a competition this year. Starting today. That competition will mean that the winner of the competition will actually be in next year's calendar. That'll be April. Add to that, Phil is donating an A3 framed print of that winning photograph. Have a look on Facebook, go and ask at the main office when you're coming doing your photography, and all the details and the registration forms are there. It's going to be a wonderful time, and sitting here with the bluebells just starting a little later, you're going to have the best bluebell show ever. So here we are, Phil. Here we are with the subject itself, the English bluebell. Now, I call it the English bluebell, sometimes it's called the British bluebell, but this is certainly not a Spanish bluebell, and there's a very, very important subtle difference. If ever you're looking to see what they are, the English bluebells tend to be more slender. More importantly, they have an asymmetrical curve. They hang over in one side only, and the petals are recurved, they bend backwards. Also, they have white pollen. So you can tell the difference there, but the other difference, of course, is they smell absolutely beautiful. And of course, if you look at the colour, you go from a beautiful indigo through to violet, and of course that links beautifully with Violet Clifton, who of course was here with the Clifton family looking after the hall for all those generations. And so just as we had Easter Daffodil Clifton, we had Violet, and that's the colour, and that's how you remember these are the English bluebells. They're used for all sorts of things. I'm very excited about pharmacological usage for medicines, and these are also used for just that. Historically, the actual sap from the leaves were used to stick feathers onto the arrows. So the fletchers, the arrow makers, would actually use that for sticking the feathers onto the flowers, onto the arrows. Absolutely amazing. Now we think about the English bluebell and people say, well, what about the Scottish bluebell? Well, the Scottish bluebell, of course, is not like ours. The Scottish bluebell, in fact, is a campanula, or the harebell, and they refer to those as bluebells. These are the English bluebells, mainly throughout northern Spain into Europe, and particularly the British Isles. In fact, half of the world's population is in the British Isles. It's an amazing story how wonderfully useful these plants are. Many years ago, it seems like many years ago certainly, in fact in 2012, I started transplanting them here at Lytham Hall, and we had 3 small local populations, about half an acre in all. Now, having transplanted for 3 years and then collected seeds every single year, right up to, and it'll happen this year again, we've actually got 5.5 acres of bluebells, and you will see these on a video in the future. The most important thing is to realise that here you can walk right up to them, you can see them, and as we mentioned earlier, you'll be able to take photographs of them and enter the competition. You can be part of Lytham Hall's development. It's a wonderful community, happy place. Thank you. Right, well, here we are in another part of Lytham Hall, and of course we've got the hall in the background, and aren't these absolutely beautiful? The present Latin name is Hyacinthoides non-scripta, and for all sorts of reasons the botanists change and put things into different families. Would you believe this is in the same family as the asparagus family? And the beauty of using Latin is that it is absolutely spot on whoever you're talking to throughout the world. In other words, we're not dealing with lots of local common names. And of course things like bluebonnet and so on and so on and so on. All the different common names in different counties of the country, different parts of the UK. That rather confuses things, and the Latin name is the scientific name which we gardeners prefer to use, so we guarantee we're always right. And with things like bluebells that are so easily mixed up with other things, it is essential. Well, Phil, you know, we've talked about the bluebell photographic competition, and of course one of the best places is going to be in here, where we call the nature path. And the beauty of the nature path is that we have acres and acres of bluebells, and we also have a trail for the children. Here we've got one of our little squirrels that hops about here. But all this area here, thousands and thousands, another couple of weeks, you will not believe how blue this area will be with the lovely English bluebell. Whilst you were here, I thought it was a good idea, because people have been asking all week what's been going on with this old beech tree. And I want to show you something. People ask us, what are you doing? Why are you taking this branch off and so on? I want to show you a fruiting body of a disease that attacks those trees that are really under a tremendous amount of stress. And unfortunately, although it's over 200 years old, we have a tree here in the final years of its very, very stressful life. Mainly due to things like flooding in the shallow soils, followed by drought, and we're getting that now more and more every single year. The disease is called Ganoderma. It looks rather like a giant horse's hoof. You will see it on beech quite often. And we've had HMA Tree Care in here with Ben, who you'll see in a moment, to help us out, because quite seriously, these things need doing properly and they need doing professionally. We don't take trees down at a whim. We don't like taking trees down. We like planting trees and looking after the history in this beautiful historic parkland. Over to Ben.
Hello, and as John has said, I'm Ben from HMA Tree Care. John's had us in as due to the concern over the Ganoderma on this tree, and as he mentioned, it needs some significant work, more to add to the life of the tree rather than just removing it straight away. So we took this opportunity to actually benefit from what this tree has, in the fact that we've done a rigging course all week on it. So we've had us and also Lancashire Tree Care here to have a team of us taking certain limbs of the tree off, as you'll probably see in this video, and certain techniques used for the industry we do. All the timber that we've removed from the tree, all the chip, is all remaining at the hall for the benefit of the hall. The timber is going to be used for firewood for the hall's own heating system. It will be sold for benefit to the hall. The chip is used on all the footpaths, the new paths we've put in around the back of the hall. And also this week, whilst we've been here, we've ourselves have organised, and we will fund as a donation to the hall, to get the whole site 3D mapped for a benefit of the TPOs on the hall, the conservation, the preservation order. And on that we can add all the utilities, future developments, and it will just aid the management of the parkland, the woodlands, the driveway, and basically the whole area of the hall. And I hope this is a help for many years to come, and hopefully we'll be back many times in the future. Thank you.
Right, well Phil, it's been a fantastic day. We've had a look at so much. We've looked at the beginnings of the bluebells, which are going to be the best they've ever been, as far as my concern is anyway, we've ever seen at Lytham Hall. We've had a look at the idea of a nice photographic competition, and everybody can enter that. And we've also had a look at Ben Waller and HMA Tree Care and the way that they're helping to preserve trees, not just taking parts of trees off or even taking dead trees down. They're concerned, as we all are, at the future. And the future of Lytham Hall, as the saying goes, is bright. It's down to you, the public, it's down to us, the volunteers, and it's down to everybody in the community to cherish this wonderful, wonderful place. I don't need to say anything. You just need to visit, look, and support us. Thank you very much.